A Saturday like the one we just had spoil your Sunday?
Well, losing spoils me Sunday. Obviously we have to review it. We have a good look at it and see whether it was exactly what you thought, because you know when you go home and you've lost, you always feel that everybody's been useless and not done a thing and not done enough. Until we get the stats, and then I read the paper and I see we're still second in the form table, the last 6 games. Just the 1 defeat, 13 points from 6 games. That's, you know, that's where you really want to be. So even though you're disappointed, you still have to look at it sometimes objectively. They played a game that was very direct and we didn't handle it at times. We had a lot more possession than them, which is we've become a possession-based team. And we was dead unlucky at 1-0 down when Danny Wright had a couple of opportunities. Issa had a shot that just hit the goalie from 2 yards. He didn't save it. So as the weekend goes on, you start looking forward to Monday and start looking forward to the next game.
And the ability of the players hasn't changed between what happened against Swindon and what happened against Port Vale, has it?
No, they were 2 different teams. You know, in a 46-game season, you've got opposition that play differently. You know, Port Vale were very direct at the time. They felt they needed to play that way, and Swindon, you know, were more direct than they have been, but they play a little bit more. So you have to adjust to all the opposition's way of playing. This week we didn't adjust well enough to Port Vale's change of game. Really, they just felt they needed to get the win. Sometimes teams play the percentages like we did at the end of last year, where you get it up to striker, keep it in there and hope the ball falls for you, which it did a few times, and hope the referee spends 4 or 5 minutes getting his thumb sorted out.
Among the stats, there were a lot of offsides. Were you disappointed that you couldn't cope with the way that Vale played the offsides out?
Well, it's funny you should say that, and you're dead right. I think there was eight offside situations that were correct. We checked them all. Only just correct, by the way. There was inches in them, but correct nonetheless. So we got no complaints there. The eagle-eyed linesmen on the day were right. But we got to look at that, because 8 times being offside, if you're not offside, could give you another 2, 3, 4 shots, which might give you the odd goal. So we've definitely got to look at that. I mean, they worked very hard with trying to squeeze up. That wasn't their game before, so they've obviously done a lot of work with a new manager, and they got it dead right on the day. Whether that happens every week, we'll have to wait and see for them. But for us, we've just got to learn how to stay onside and get an effort from that.
So you'd be confident that if somebody else tried to play that way, you'd have more joy?
Yeah, I think so. I think, well, if you look at it, Mo got in a couple of times. Once, if you see the highlights, if it shows you that when he got in, and 3 players all, you know, bombarded him, kicked him, jumped on him, stamped on him, dived on him. Now he don't, you know, he was in, and there was another one on the edge of the box that he was in, that he didn't give a foul for either. So I think on the day a few important things didn't quite go for us at the right time, while it was still 1-0. And then you know, the one striker, Popey, who didn't have loads to do in the game, but obviously he was the one that won the game with a couple of real good flick-ons that got him something, and obviously reading the 3rd goal where he got in, went round a goalie and scored from that.
So I suppose, sorry.
No, go on.
So I suppose the art of management now is knowing how much to change, if anything, to try and stop Saturday reoccurring on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And you know, it's again, sometimes you have to look at 6 games, second in the form table to Luton, who are flying at the minute. You know, we've been scoring goals, we've been creating chances, we've been getting our passing going on occasions, on this occasion against Port Vale, it didn't really create enough end product, let's say. So yeah, no, that's the question I've got to ask myself. We talked to the staff this morning, straight after this meeting. We'll see who's fit, you know, who's you know, got a slight injury that we might have to leave out, and then we pick the team accordingly.
Are there one or two of those then?
There's a couple of little knocks. There always will be. You know, there's knocks because they got another 24 hours, is it? Yeah, well, nearly 48 really. It's an evening game. So, we just have to see what crops up from the treatment room.